If you have a cat who is diabetic and you don't like having to poke your kitty with insulin twice a day, you can reverse this condition. Let's discuss. Hello, lovely cat parents. If we haven't met yet, my name is Paola Zanibelli Davies, feline holistic care and behavior specialist, helping you and your cat live extraordinary lives together by unlocking the secrets of natural remedies and positive training. Because not having alternative options should not be an option. Many of you have asked how you can support this channel, and honestly, thank you so much for asking. The best way to do this and help me bring you great content here on YouTube is to subscribe to the channel and share this video with anyone who might need to hear this message. Now, let's get into today's topic. Feline diabetes, or diabetes mellitus, is essentially a condition where your cat's body struggles to produce enough insulin or to use it effectively. The result is high blood sugar, which creates a number of symptoms like lethargy, excessive thirst, frequent and copious urination, and eventually complications affecting the kidneys, the nerves, and even your cat's eyesight. Now, most vets will immediately prescribe insulin, and sometimes, yes, short-term insulin support is necessary. But what if I told you that the food that you're feeding your cat could be the single biggest factor in both the cause and the solution of this condition? Because unlike type 1 diabetes in humans, type 2 diabetes in cats, which is usually what they develop and what we are dealing with, is often reversible. So let's start from the basics. Cats are obligate carnivores. Their bodies are not designed to digest a high carbohydrate diet. And as many of you probably know, if you've been on this channel long enough. And yet, have a look at the ingredients on most dry kibble bags: corn, wheat, gluten, peas, potatoes, as the first ingredients on the list. These are not feline friendly foods. This is the problem. When cats eat carbs, their blood sugar spikes, and you can do this multiple times a day over years, and you're overloading their system. Insulin resistance builds up. So, what is the alternative? The alternative is a species appropriate, low carb, high protein, moisture rich diet. Think gently cooked or raw meals made from animal protein, high grade animal protein, human grade, but possibly if you can, no grains or starches. You can use a small amount of green leafy vegetables or non starchy vegetables, better if fermented, plenty of water content to support kidney and bladder health. If you want guidance with that transition, because I know firsthand that transitioning cats to better food sometimes can be an incredible pain, check out the Meowster Chef Academy. This is my mini course that walks you step by step through making food your cats will actually eat, even if they're picky or addicted to kibble, fresh in 5 minutes flat. Inside the MCA, you will also find a powerful resource suggesting a full month's worth of food toppers that you can rotate to entice your cats to change successfully to better food. I also demonstrate how you can assist feed your cats gently but effectively to bridge those times of sickness and poor appetite with those better times that are to come. The link for the MCA is in the description below, and don't forget to grab the free syringe feeding checklist, which is there for you as well if your diabetic cat has poor appetite. That link is also below in the description. I have worked with many cat parents who have taken their diabetic kitties from insulin dependent to diet controlled or even completely symptom free simply by changing the way they feed. Milo, for example, is an 11-year-old tabby who was diagnosed with diabetes and prescribed insulin twice a day. After just 4 weeks on a proper meat-based, carb-free diet, his blood sugar stabilized and he was taken off insulin under vet supervision. Now, we use diet and insulin to get Milo from unregulated to regulated and stable, and then we use some strategic supplementation to get Milo from regulated to remission. But this example is not rare, it is possible. I know many of you feel quite overwhelmed if you are faced with this condition all of a sudden. So here is the step-by-step strategy that you can use that goes hand in hand with my Meowster Chef Academy method, and you can start today. First of all, I would say to start slow. Patience is key. There is a lot to learn here at first. So diabetes require, as I said, in other circumstances, a steep learning curve initially for cat parents. So be kind to yourself. Focus on the most important things first. Learn to administer insulin gracefully. Keep your kitty stress-free and comfortable and fed. Once you go over the first hurdles, then keep in mind to not free feed. That would be the second tip that I give you today. So scheduled meal times will help regulate blood sugar and will create food motivation, and also will build healthy routines. So this will also help you at the beginning of your journey of recovery with your kitty. Now, another thing I would advise you to do would be to always monitor blood sugar, and I'm sure you have been told by your vet to do that. So you can work with your vet to track glucose as you change the diet, and you may need to adjust insulin doses as you do so. So this is why monitoring is so important. There are so many ways to monitor blood glucose, and some are a bit more invasive, and some parents do not like that, because like spot checking with the glucometer by piercing your cat's ear or paw pad with a lancet. And some parents do not like to do that because it involves obviously poking their kitties again. And some methods though are less invasive, like urine strips, which they're less precise, but they give you an approximation of glucose levels, and they can be checked just by using the urine that your cat produces. So that is much less invasive, of course. And then we have other methods that are more reliable and precise, like the continuous monitoring device called Libre. And this has to be fixed on top of your cat, usually neck, at the back of the neck, with a surgical glue. So there is a pad that includes a tiny needle that is not painful. Once it is placed on the skin, it will stay in place for up to 14 days if your cat doesn't roll on the floor like a cat possessed. And it will give you fantastic readings because it's logged into an app, it's connected to an app, and you can literally have a continuous monitoring of the glucose that is in your cat's blood. And you can have this reading over 14 days, which is an incredible help. Of course, it would be the best option if you can use this method, of course, because insulin can change a lot from time to time during the day. And this would give you an idea, if you keep a diary with that at the beginning, when insulin spikes and how much it spikes, and what happens when you feed a meal or when you use insulin on your cat, and you will have a complete reading. So this would be the best option if you can use that. Otherwise, use what you can, but definitely monitor that glucose, because initially it is a very, very important set of data that the veterinarian will need to read with you to adjust doses as you go along and change the diet of your cat. So another thing that I want to stress, the last tip that I want to give you, is to use only basic supplements at first. So there are many herbal aids and nutraceuticals that we can use to help your diabetic cat, but you don't have to go crazy. One thing at a time can make a big difference. And there are also beautiful, completely hands-off therapies that you can use at home, like the red light therapy pad, because this helps your cat's mitochondria, for example, inside the cells, work more efficiently, which can make a big difference when it comes to energy levels and also healing processes. If you want to use something like this to accelerate your cat's progress, I will leave the link to the only product that I use for myself and for my clients, because it is backed by 20 plus years of experience, an ironclad guarantee, and excellent customer service. These people are serious about this, and this is why I trust this brand. So the link is below in the description. It is Photonic Health, and yes, have a look at that, and this can definitely help you. My link also gives you a special discount. So if you are in for giving your cat this therapy that can help so much with this condition, then I would suggest to use that link for your discount. So you need to remember also that every cat is different, and insulin withdrawal should always be done under veterinary guidance, of course. But you are not alone in this, and the transition can be life-changing, and not just for your cat, but for your whole peace of mind. Because imagine not having to give your cat insulin all the time. That would be amazing to see your cats doing well and being back to normal as before. So in addition to diet, there are other things that we can talk about. There are natural supports that I found helpful in diabetic cats. These are generally helpful, although I usually take a full history before advising case by case. So this service is available inside the Holistic Cat Club, and also in my VIP wellness support one-on-one program. And as always, by now you have understood that the links are in the description below. So useful supplements include milk thistle, which supports the liver detox and insulin processing, omega-3, which helps reduce inflammation, and low-dose B12, which is something that helps with nerve damage and appetite and so many other things in the body. And it's also water-soluble, so you don't have an issue usually giving that. Of course, hydration as well. Remember that fresh water, you need to always make sure that is available, or you need to incorporate water into your cat's food, because if diabetic cats don't drink enough, they will still draw water from their organs. So you need to definitely give them water always available. And obviously, because you don't want the excessive peeing to lead into dangerous dehydration, a dangerous dehydration situation. So finally, you want to use gentle play as a therapy as well, and as a way to bond with your cat even at this time, because using these regular routines with play and ensuring that there is a low stress environment can really help regulate your cat's insulin naturally. Cats are very sensitive to stress, and even small amounts of exercise can also help regulate their blood sugar. So these two things go hand in hand, and so the low stress and the gentle play are very important. And if your cats really don't want to move much, even just holding them away from their favorite place, just a meter away, and allow them to go back to their place is going to exercise them enough, if you do it a few times a day, to get their circulation moving again and to get their body moving a little bit, because this is very useful to encourage a progress at this stage. Do not underestimate the power of a calm and connected cat-human relationship, because this can do wonders for you and your cat. So if your cat has recently been diagnosed, remember this: diabetes does not have to be a death sentence. With the right food and a bit of guidance, your cat's body can heal naturally, gently, and also very powerfully, because getting back to the other side can be extremely rewarding. If you're ready to start that healing journey and need support, you can check out the Holistic Cat Club or the VIP Wellness Support. And if you want to do it yourself and you want a step-by-step juicy mini course that helps you with that, you can grab the Meowster Chef Academy, because it's packed with practical science-backed steps that you can start using today. And if you are struggling with feeding a cat who won't eat at the moment, you can grab the free syringe feeding checklist down in the description. Every link is down in the description. So this has saved many cat parents, by the way, from daily mealtime stress during those time of sickness. So I encourage you to have a look at that. So tell me, have you started transitioning your cat's diet? Let me know in the comments. I read every one of them, and I would love to hear about your journey. Don't forget to like this video and share it with other cat parents, and hit subscribe for more content on holistic cat care. On this note, I will see you next time, and until then, love your cats as much as you can.